Hello everyone, welcome back from another hour break that we just had here. We're ready to go into our last three matches, kicking off here with Finland versus Russia. Going to happen right now here. This is another elimination match. The loser of this one will be eliminated from the tournament. I'm Potassium F here, commentating with Mifa. Hello.
Hello there. I'm very ecstatic to see this match, actually, personally for me, because I feel like these teams are fighting out for their lives in the tournament, especially they are on their losers bracket. So with everyone in the team who actually loses gets knocked out from the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. So massively important match for both of these teams, and both of them played last week with some pretty strong scores actually from both of them. These teams are fairly similar in terms of seeding, at least. I think it's 21 versus seed 28. Russia being the 21, Finland being 28. So fairly close in terms of overall skill. But when we have a map pool like this, it's really significantly different, significantly harder than last week's.
It's really hard to tell because like the qualifiers itself doesn't really say much about your skill set in general. So like I feel like it should be worth mentioning that even though your skills are closely matched to one another, the match will say anything different to it. So we'll see how it goes as we get to the rolls already. It seems like Russia wins the roll by like 8 points. So we'll see. Finland's gonna set the world on fire, which is understandably so.
I expect Russia to ban one of the SV maps. Finland showed some really good SV scores, at least during qualifiers and actually a round of 32, having one of the best team scores on that SV map there. And of course, Russia last week showing a pretty scary speed score on asymmetry, so Finland getting that one out of the way, maybe don't feel so comfortable and set the world on fire there. And butterfly twist is going to be the ban.
So me and you will be left open for this match. This is really interesting to me because I feel like Russia has a generally better average on like SV from what most people are expecting. So it would be interesting to see if that gets picked. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, usually we've been seeing teams picking or banning me and you. Mostly. There was one.
They're gonna be picking Lumine.
Yeah, the Lumin pick.
I see. Yeah, there's a Lumin pick. So interesting. We get tech straight out of the way.
Yeah, actually, a pretty interesting pick to go for right away. Russia, obviously, going to be seeming pretty confident on this one if it's the first pick, but we haven't really seen too many first picks for this map so far. It's mostly been, well, you would expect usually to be more of the straightforward jump stream picks if you're confident with your accuracy, but this one is going to be a little bit risky because misses are very, very, very possible.
Yeah, for something less attack like this, I would much prefer if you want to go to the adventurous risky route. I would probably go from like double helix, but I think that's what their game plan is, given Russia has a stronger tech scores from what most people are expecting, especially Cutter from like last round. So I believe it would be like a similar situation that is going to happen against Finland.
Yeah, we'll see how they perform. Of course, Finland, Fisu and Albania Ilya are both really strong Rice players themselves. Strategy going to come in here as well for Team Finland. And Russia are going to have their roster here, Nepco, X-Devil, and Lyko. I do remember Lyko in particular getting some insanely high accuracy, so we'll see if they can keep it up for a pool at this level of difficulty here.
Yeah, absolutely. Lyko has been like pretty much like the MVP for like one of the most important matches, especially given his scores are very versatile across the board, especially on like Rise, which like guy runs or even like something like Cutter or even something like like Traveler. Like this is probably easy to understand why Lyko is probably one of the most heavy lifting for the Rise.
Do we have a disconnect here from Finland?
It seems like it, but I think
Fisu left the lobby. Fisu is back, but I think that's after the map started, so I'm not sure if they're actually all playing the map right now.
Oh, I think there's probably gonna be I think there's probably gonna be a thing.
That was an abort. Actually, Russia might actually be pretty happy with that abort because Lyco got an early miss there.
Oh yeah, I suppose you can say that it was lucky in a way. So you get another chance, but you know you can't be too sure because that's literally like the easiest. I mean, the easier part of the chart.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a disconnect or an accidental leaving of the lobby before the match even started, so that's definitely fine for an abort there.
Oh, I suppose I think one of them actually pressed tab or something. That might actually go out from the screen, but nevertheless, here we go for the first pick. We got Lumin on the board, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay, first map, first pick for Russia here. It starts out fairly well for them. A little bit of, actually pretty much tied between the two teams here. Fisu dropping down to 99.7. Strachi dropping a little bit below down to 99.7 as well. But X-Devil is also tying that accuracy. So overall, it's pretty even.
Yeah, it's a little bit better considering before the first rematch or restart. So it's really hard to tell given it's not the spike, one of the first spikes in the chart yet, but we're getting into it soon. But Strachi is a little bit worrying considering 99.6, which is the lowest considering X-Devil. Oh, the flicker is going to start to come back in.
Oh, here we go.
Everyone hits it.
Everyone hits it, but X-Devil finding a bit of an accuracy drop there down to 99.6.
They're the same accuracy as Strachi.
Oh, it's close. Albania, Ilya, and Nepco both having the same accuracy. Lyco, 99.88, the highest in lobby. That's what's keeping Russia in a little bit of a lead right now. Strachi actually drops down to 99.5, but these accuracies are pretty close between the two teams still.
It's still pretty close. We're still not decided yet on the back end of this chart, but there's a bit of a buffer for Russia, which is pretty good.
But the end of this chart, still very easy to miss on, and all 6 players with the FCs so far. A miss could easily swing.
Ending of it, well, be careful because it's going to start to flicker. Strachi is recovering his accuracy, and X-Devil is actually kind of the same.
Yeah, difference is mostly in Lyco right now. And everyone hits it. Everyone hits everything. That's a 2,000 point difference, 6-way FC.
2.5k difference, and that's all pretty clean scores all across the board, but I think the 200s generally comes down to it, and a 100 extra for Strachi.
Yeah, actually, if you look at the ratios, I think Finland wins from the ratio point of view. There's less 300s for Finland than Russia, but it's all in those 200s and that 100 from Strachi as well. So those are really what made the difference between the two teams. But if I'm Russia looking at that was your first pick, that's scary.
Finland put it very easy.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
All right. We'll see what happens since given this is the first pick from Finland and we're expecting to see an SB pick right off the bat.
Yeah, and Russia left this up. Definitely, they left it up on purpose. So both of these teams, we can imagine, have practiced this one. I think we've only seen this once so far, but that one was a bit of an unfortunate situation where the team accidentally banned the wrong SV map. So this is going to be the first time we're seeing players not sight read me and you on stream here.
I mean, assuming they don't actually sight read this, but seems like it doesn't look like it. And given we've seen Lurk instead of Lyco, which is not surprising at all, actually, given the most prominent all-rounder player.
Yeah, it all comes down to who has practiced these ones. Loveland coming in as well for Finland. One of those players that's definitely known to be really good at those SV and LN type of maps.
Yeah, we're still waiting for people to ready up as we get to the chart itself. Oh,
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Getting ready to go into the map. All players ready now. And this one, more of the memorization, requires you to really remember the timing of the entire song, basically. So the more practice on this one, the better. It's still very easy to find those missed chokes, to find some accuracy drops in some of these sections.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes with this pick in particular. Generally, good start for teams. Not particularly worrying at most.
Ooh, both teams finding a little bit of an accuracy drop on those faster parts there. Fisu dropping down to 99.4, Strachi 99.3, but Nepco and Lurk having a little bit of worse of a time when it comes to these SVs happening right now. So Finland have a little bit of a lead, with Loveland being the best in the lobby. Nepco and Lurk dropping down below 99%, and Lurk finding a miss.
Lurk. Wow. It's already down to like 98% for Russia. That doesn't seem to be bearing a good case here.
Russia still with 2 FCs. Lurk's missed second time right now. And this accuracy very strongly in favor of Russia. Strachi struggling a little bit now, down to 98.5, but Nepco 97.5, Lurk 98%. And Loveland is still holding strong with this 99.6.
Yeah, about like 60,000 point buffer. It shouldn't be too much of a problem for Finland to get through this, although there's a bit 200 per person.
We're in the last section of the map now. The rest of the map, not quite as hard as the first part generally here. Just a few chords for the rest of the map now. And Loveland, we can see, is quadding the whole thing.
Yeah, just quadding.
It works. You can do it. Perfect judgments, as you can see there. And that's going to finish up. Finland's going to win their own first pick on the SV map. 3 FCs for them.
Oh, that's a black flag from Lovely End, which is only 1/200, which I would assume that was not on the quad section, which would be heartbreaking.
So we'll see now. Russia gets their next pick. And I mean, Traveler did technically work out for them in the end, but looking at those ratios, those accuracies, I wouldn't really be comfortable with that win from Russia.
Double Helix, probably?
They could be a pick for Double Helix, but it would be pretty risky. We'll have to see where Russia wants to go. There's still the rest of the Rice maps up. And we're going to go with something a little bit more consistent. It's going to be Free L-Town. The stamina jump stream pick here.
Stamina pick this time around.
Don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down the words how wonderful life is while you're in the world.
But we're going to get some more switches back in. We're seeing the return of Albania Ilya in here for Finland. Lyko coming in for Russia as well. Definitely two of those players that are some of the strongest Rice players on their respective teams, so it makes a lot of sense here. Isu leaving the lobby because accidentally pressed Alt F4 to change the scroll speed.
Oh no.
And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down the word.
Okay, looks like we're going to be getting into it any second now. Russia's second pick now. 1-1. I think if both teams are comfortable on this one, could definitely be close. We're getting into it starting now. And it's a long one as well, 4 minutes and a half. So the accuracy is really what matters here. Single misses, not going to do that much if your accuracy is higher than the other teams. So both teams are going to want to really focus on their ratios.
Yeah, not much to point out in the intro, so it better be like in the jump stream section.
This is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done.
Yeah, early on, both teams fairly similar here. Have a few 99.9s. Bisu, Strachi, and Lyko a little bit behind, but it doesn't matter too much as we're getting into the jump stream just now.
Yeah, here we go. This is all systems go really. Once you get to like this section, you better have the stamina for it and make sure you hit every single one correctly.
Yeah, we have a little bit of an act drop from X-Devil and Fisu, both dropping down 99.7 around. So the lead is flickering back and forth. Albania Ilya right now is being the one that, actually drops to 200 now that I've said that,
Yeah.
99.88. Still the best in the lobby just by a little bit.
There's no lead whatsoever. Even though Bisu had dropped a fair bit, so it was below X-Devil, but the two players are matching each other.
Now that it's done.
Yeah, we can see Albania Ilya and Strachi basically tying out Nepco and Lyko scores. X-Devil and Fisu just 0.03% apart. So both of these teams are so even, and it's a long map. This is going to continue on for a really long time unless there's a mistake from either team.
Fisu's catching up with X-Devil right now, so it's really just the two players matching each other. Will they be able to outrun the act? Oh god, this song is it's so hilarious.
Yeah, it's the funny map, this one. And all of these accuracies still staying consistent. Fisu is now starting to build up a considerable accuracy lead over X-Devil. 99.74 to 99.67. And that's going to be all the advantage that Finland have got right now.
Albania is in the zone right now. He's beating Lyko and Nepco at this point. Strachi is still competing against Nepco, but that's the difference lie.
Yeah, Nepco actually dropping at 200 right at the end of that stream there as well, so that's going to put them down below, a little bit below Strachi. But
That's
really,
a 200, really clean 200 by X-Devil right there.
just dropping down ever so slightly is Russia, while Albania, Ilya, Strachi, and Fisu, all of them are holding consistent accuracies now. There's still a third of the map left, but this is starting to become a bit of an accuracy lead for Russia.
You can safely say that there's a bit of a one miss buffer for Finland right now. Even if they were to miss right now, if it was a clean one, it would be fine. But now the accuracies are really beating up against Russia.
Oh, I would say Russia's accuracies are still decently high. It is mostly just X-Devils. I'm not sure. One miss, I think, might be enough for Russia to be able to take it back if they improve their accuracies a little bit more.
It's just about 7,000 points difference, so I feel like the miss should be fine in this regard. Oh, Albania dropping a like about 0.05%. I would believe like that's a 200.
Yeah, a couple 200s from Albania Ilya definitely at some point there, which means the accuracy lead gets a little bit smaller, but it still is mostly that difference between Fisu and X-Devil that's doing all of the big work for Finland right now. And we're approaching the end of the map. Yeah, it's cooling down a little bit. In this outro section of the map, I wouldn't expect anyone to miss here, but you never really know
what's gonna happen.
Finland just needs to hold on. If they can hold on to these combos, I think they've managed to take this point.
Yeah, it seems like it, since there's no more of the map left, and there's only that 5,000 points of difference, which is honestly kind of close for a while, but it actually kind of degrading down by looking at those scores, really.
Yeah, definitely. Albania Ilya here and Strachi both putting in some really solid scores, 994k, both of them. Strachi getting the score view on double S, the only one of the lobby here. And we can see
the same 200 count.
They actually do, yeah.
It's just the ratio, which is carrying Finland right now.
Finland has been having those better ratios in the Rise map, so I think that is a breakpoint as well. Finland managing to win Russia's own pick. I think Russia might have to reconsider their pick strategy here, because these two Rise maps, I feel like Finland have a little bit of an accuracy lead on these.
I don't really want to call Finland. I won't get too excited for Finland to pick any of the Rise picks, especially there's like 2 techs and 1 jump stream remain.
Yeah, and I think Finland are looking like they're thinking the same. They're going for the mint LN map, which would be Formless Canvas, is going to be the pick here for Finland. They did win one of the Rise maps, but they're not interested in keeping that going. They're going to let Russia pick those for themselves. It's going to be the first LN map we're seeing. And here we've got LN players switching in for Finland here, Loveland and Krasi.
Yeah, this is one of the most technical LNs, one of those out there, so it's really a matter where to keep the combo on most of the Rise sections in these LNs.
Yeah, we're seeing a couple of switch outs from Russia as well. We're seeing Numuser and Onichan coming in here for the Russian side, X-Devil being the only one to stay in. So we're basically seeing 4 swaps out here for all of these, and four players we're essentially seeing for the first time in a non-SV map.
Yeah, they're sticking the start, and here we go. Seeing one of the first LN picks for this match.
And here we go, this one. Oh, it's back and forth right out of the gates right now. All of the players hovering similar accuracies, but X-Devil finds a little bit of an accuracy drop there down to 99.4. And Loveland tying Onichan actually right now, 99.7. Everyone else hovering around 99.6%, so that's a small accuracy lead for Finland.
Looking pretty solid for a while, although you wouldn't get really excited about the misses, but there's a bit of 200, there's a flicker a little bit, but not much in the way.
Yeah, X-Devil's definitely bringing that accuracy back up, almost hitting that 99.5%, catching up with Fisu on the side of Finland. The other 4 players holding fairly consistent high 99.6% for Finland. But oh, that's going to be a miss from Fisu. Ooh. Just before, 99.4, it drops down in accuracy just a little bit, not a huge accuracy drop. X-Devil is actually going to trade that. But Fisu missing repeatedly, a third miss there for Fisu, and that's going to be Russia starting to build up a significant lead now. Loveland missing on the side of Finland as well. That's only 1 FC left in Krasi. against the 2 for Russia.
It seems like pretty a comfortable point here for Russia, given how really harsh these Ellens are.
Yeah, definitely all these players. These accuracies going down, and Krasi, that's the last full combo gone for Finland now. No full combos left. And still the 2 on Ichan and Namusa doing really well for the team of Russia right now, managing to win the breakpoint right back.
2-2, and this is looking interesting given Finland's has like 2 Ellen picks open right now, and that's a Russia's alley right there.
Yeah, actually, just with the ratio, it looks like Finland has slightly better AC overall still on these LNs than Russia, but the misses, all of Finland finding those misses a few times throughout that map, that's really what did it for Russia there. But 2-2, it's all tied up now. Russia gets their own pick now. And I wonder what they're going to decide to do, because their last pick didn't quite work out for them. There's still 2 of the tech maps left up if they want to keep going for the tech maps.
There's also three hybrids, which if you're into that. But there's also, you can keep the momentum by picking another LN. But can't be sure.
They did win on an LN, but it was because of a few of those misses from Finland. I'm not sure if we're going to see misses of the same caliber on the other LN maps. They're very different in terms of structure and style.
I don't think you should pick Dornwall in this particular, because Dornwall is not much in the way of the technical bits. It's more of an almost inverse streams. They're picking Dornwall, I think.
They are. They're going to keep going with the LNs. They think they've found a little bit of a weakness in the form of Formless Canvas there, and they're going to see if they can try and win another LN pick in a row. Definitely was close though for most of that last map, and I think if Finland managed to combo through this is definitely a chance for a 3rd breakpoint in a row. Potentially.
You know, I'm not as comfortable when Russia decides to pick Dornwall. It's a bit different. It's a bit different in approach, where you will have to play LNs. It's not in the way of mini jacks. It's just streams and almost inverse that kind.
No mini jacks here. Only streams. Only 1/4 snap. Really dense streams, especially towards the end here. So reading may also become an issue for some of these players.
Seems like, I mean, I take it back. There's a mini jack here, but it's
okay,
just
there's a mini jack. In the intro. Okay, there's no way anyone misses on those though, surely. And here we go, starting off the map here. Loveland and Ichan and Devil take a little bit of an act drop at the start, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal now we're in the LN sections. Both teams basically tied, but Fisu finds the first miss early on into the map.
Yeah, there's an extra 200 by Krasi too, which is also really bad given that's the lowest, almost the lowest accuracy compared to like Russia right now.
Yeah, but that said, Loveland right now is holding an exceptionally high accuracy, along with Namusa as well for Russia. Both of those scores fairly similar to each other, but it is that miss before that's making most of this difference. Krasi and Fisu. Fisu actually recovering the accuracy quite well now, 99.5%. Basically tied with X-Devil. So accuracies are close on Ichan and Loveland both traded misses. Loveland misses again though, and that accuracy has gone all the way down to 99.4.
That's some extra damage given on the inverse right now, and there's not much left outside of these in particular, and Loveland takes another damage as well on the inverse.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a struggle with this last inverse, but Namusa right now and X-Devil both destroying this on the side of Russia. Krasi is doing really well as well, but that was a miss at the very end.
You actually cursed it.
That was a real curse, yeah. Unfortunate, but at the very least, it wouldn't have mattered anyway with Russia's lead that they got throughout the rest of the map here. It's going to be a Scorpion double S, wow.
Whoa.
992k from Namusa.
Yeah. Honestly, that is a very impressive V1LS. Yeah, that's like about 6-to-1 ratio, just about. Although the misses from Finland is really what's doing them for that. So even though with the one miss by Oni, which is very minor.
Yeah, but I mean, if Russia can have 2 FCs like this on a map like that, then definitely worthwhile pick for them. Worked out in their favor. That's going to be 3-2. Still, only 1 point separating these two teams.
What?
So Finland. Finland are going to go for Sludge. We're going to see all 3 LN maps in a row. That's not something that we usually see.
I don't know what's in their game plan right now, because that's the least I would expect of it.
That said, even though some of the players in Finland struggled a little bit with Dawnworld, Sludge is pretty much the furthest away possible you can imagine from a map like Dawnworld. It is fairly dense, but definitely not stream heavy, nowhere near as fast as Dawnworld is. It's just really, really tricky to be able to try and coordinate.
That's the furthest away from being coordination and comfortable, because that's what Visa lacks about it, even for most canvas score.
We'll see how they do for this one. The accuracy is going to be important for this one as well, and getting accuracy on a map like this is really hard.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that for Finland's pick being Sludge, and I don't know what to say. This is a risky one, but at the very least, they could actually just pull off a miracle for some reason for this island. Good intro for a bit for Finland.
Yeah, Nishan actually getting a few 200s there, down to 99.5, but it's still early on in the map. There's still plenty of the map, and the hard part is going to start right now.
These releases are hard.
These are evil releases, and not only are they hard to time, but they also mess up your reading really easily.
Though XL did take a momentary drop, though. It's like 99.3.
Yeah, everyone holding combo through that, but definitely the advantage in accuracy over to Finland right now. But here, this other section, this is hard as well. And we already see a few 200s coming out from some of the players.
Everyone's scores are going downwards right now. Not everyone at 99.7 at all right now.
Yeah, but the best accuracy so far, Loveland, holding on to 99.67. Higher than everyone on the Russian Federation side. And Krasi and Fisu have been fairly consistent, 99.57 to both of them.
They're not out of the woods yet. This is particularly deceptively hard.
Yeah, still 6 full combos, and that's what's really scary here, because combo breaks are very, very possible.
200s across the board, that's very scary.
Num user building the accuracy back up to 99.6.
Lovely is hovering around 99.7, but it's just very shy. But given the rest of the players, I don't really want to call it too early.
Yeah, it's fairly close, but Finland just still have that average accuracy being higher by a little bit. X-Devil now actually recovering to 99.5, but it's not going to be enough. Finland winning by 11,000 here.
I'm so confused right now.
This is a really good team score from Finland. Like 990, 985, 986.
Yeah, I have no idea what to say. This is completely against what I was expecting right now. And now they're still in deadlock 3-3, which is good for them. But
yeah,
why are they going to pick now?
Well, it is Russia's pick next. You're right. Now that we kind of think about it, it is kind of weird how that ended up playing out the last 3 picks. Finland losing 2 LN picks in a row, and then just confidently pick the 3rd one and win it. That's just how it goes sometimes when the teams are so kind of evenly matched. I would call these 2 teams, at least so far from what we've seen. And so Russia now.
So we got 2 tanks, 1 Jones stream, and all of the hybrids. Russia is in a bit of a tight situation where to pick now.
There's not really any comfortable maps left. I think Russia might have wanted to go for Streaming Heart, but after how free L-Town went, I'm not sure if you want to go for Streaming Heart anymore. I think that's too dangerous against Finland. Maybe if you wanted to keep up with the Rise picks, Double Helix, something like Double Helix would be a good pick for Russia. And, I mean, we haven't seen anything out of the hybrids yet, so that's always a danger, a little bit of an unknown for both teams.
Double Helix! Oh, man.
Well, here we go, another Technip pick. We haven't seen a Tech 1 since the very first map of the match.
I don't know. This is something that I would like to say, that if you're going for the risky route, I think this pick might have been the best choice for Russia right now, because I feel like there's a bit of a hesitance of Russia on picking hybrids.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of just a bit of a risk to pick hybrids when these two teams, you never really know.
The chat right now, it doesn't look so good.
Yeah, it looks like perhaps some of the Finland team is not so comfortable in Double Helix. Maybe if I try to read into that, I don't know. Maybe there is no meaning to it in that chat.
Probably.
Maybe they're just spamming a few A's on their keyboard. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, just hopefully, let's hope they don't get B-mod in this stage, because that would be painful.
Yeah, actually, like now that you mention it, something that has been pretty surprising in a lot of these maps so far is we've actually seen a lot of 6-way FCs on a lot of these maps. There's been a surprisingly low amount, like aside from maps like Dawnwald, a lot of these maps have been 6-way FCs, which is really impressive given how difficult these maps are. Especially in one of these, this one very, very easy to miss on.
Although two of the Finland players are opting for mirror, which is a good idea given the right hand to left hand trail on the transition is actually kind of gross.
Yeah, there's also a few 3-note jacks, so maybe if the patterns suit one of your hands, might be an idea to use mirror. So far, it's looking like X-Devil has a little bit of an accuracy.
Oh, Nevco!
That's a pretty big miss as well, down to 99.1. That's a pretty big accuracy drop. X-Devil before dropped a little bit of accuracy as well, down to 99.5, so this is going to be an advantage to Finland right now, but Strachey, that's a traded miss back. And I think Nepco's was a little bit before the 400 combo mark, but not too much before, so basically even.
Okay, this left hand trail, it's not. It's actually kind of hard to pull off, given that I think everyone should be nailing this particular section, given there's no left hand trail.
We have seen a few misses on these trails before, but everyone is looking like they can combo through it so far at least. Right now, Russia's just in a little bit of an advantage due to the accuracy alone. Fisu and Albania Ilya both on that 99.8% accuracy. Lyko matching it, but that's only 1 versus 2 for Finland. Albania Ilya now finding a miss.
Find a miss, yeah. I was gonna say that Albania and Fisu are on a V1 double S phase, but I don't think so, because Fisu is now matching Lyko, but the miss actually just traded it off.
The accuracy is actually still in Finland's favor, but it's 2 misses against 1. So that's what's giving Russia the advantage right now. If Russia finds any miss for the rest of the map, it is going to go right back in Finland's favor.
No,
but it's actually Fisu!
That's the last full combo!
All the full combos gone, a miss in the break section. Albania Ilya missing again, and it's falling apart for Finland now. They had the advantage for a while, but now Russia is going to look to take it away.
There's only this ending section left, but I don't think it's gonna amend what the damage has done for Finland.
Yeah, the ending there's not going to be enough notes at the end of the map. Even if there's a miss from Russia right now, I don't think there's enough time for the score to catch back up to Finland.
This section is disabling it hard for the burst to come in. Doesn't seem to be taking any damage from Russia, which is very impressive. Although this burst right here, no, Lyko!
That's a curse for Lyko. Sorry, Lyko.
That's a B-mod moment right
Lyco
there.
got B-mod right there. Oh, look at Lyco and Fisu's scores, both of them. They're just doing the same thing out here. 1-200, one miss each. Would have been a really, really strong score from both of them. But at the end of the day, Russia ends up taking the point. It's going to be their own pick, a solid pick for themselves. One that they really needed as well. 4-3 now. Russia need 2 more points to close out this match. But it's Finland's pick. And what
Finland
do Finland
has
pick now?
time here. Finland has time to take a bit of moment to assess the situation of the hybrids and probably the jump stream, which is like the streaming hard. I don't know what to say unless if we were gonna use the tactical timeout, which honestly pretty wise.
Yeah, this is a really important point for sure. But it looks like they're going to go for Angel's Ladder. We're going to see our first hybrid pick coming in here for Finland.
This is particularly physical on a hybrid standpoint, which I think it might favor. It can go anywhere, really.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of haven't seen any of the hybrids so far. So this one, hard to say where it's going to go. There's a lot of LN patterns in this one, but we've seen the LN kind of go both ways.
Yeah, I had no idea.
We've also seen the Rice go both ways. So it's really hard to tell. I think really what it comes down to is which team misses more. I feel like a lot of these points have been determined by those misses.
We'll see Namuser coming in, which is interesting given Namuser has been saying it consistently for LN picks, but this one doesn't seem to be more LN oriented. Although there's a bit of them.
There is a fair amount of LNs in this. I feel like as long as Namuser can keep up with some of the mini jacks, some of the jacks throughout this map, then I feel like Namuser will probably do pretty well, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Given this is very physical, on a Rice standpoint, this is a lot of tricky patterns with the burst and the Jackson. Here you go with the 8th pick of this match. We'll see if Finland can actually take their own pick, and it will be still on deadlock 4-4. But if Russia breaks this point, that will be on match point.
Very important point for both teams here as we're getting into it. Bit of a shaky start from Fisu here and Krazy. So it's going to be... But X-Devil actually drops a little bit of accuracy as well as Nepco on Team Russia. So it's going to go back and forth in terms of the accuracy lead.
This lead is nothing in comparison. Although there's a bit of an accuracy deficit from the bottom 2 Russian players.
Yeah, right now, Krazy definitely recovering that accuracy back up to 99.65 now. Fisu recovering a little bit as well.
There's not much in the way of accuracy. Oh, there's a real flicker. Krazy finally taking the first drop there.
Yeah, we're seeing the first miss coming in, but the accuracies between the two teams very close still. Namuser and Loveland both having the same accuracies. Fisu basically tying with X-Devil and Krazy tying with Nepco, so these accuracies between the two teams I think are dead even. It's just that one miss. And this
They're not out of the woods yet.
Not a very long map though. So Finland's definitely hoping that Russia finds a miss pretty soon. Or even...
Oh, there's
Fisu.
a Fisu. Krazy also
Krazy
dropping as well. There's multiple misses right there. Nepco finally starting to drop there.
But there's so many misses coming in from Finland. Loveland as well, finding a miss. That's all 3 full combos gone. There's still 2 for Russia. Many misses over on the side of Finland. Nepco finds a miss as well. Big accuracy drop for Nepco, down to 99.0. That's going to help Finland out a little bit, but there needs to be a drop from X-Devil and Namuser. And both of those players are looking so consistent here. 2 FCs on the side of Russia.
20,000 points of difference. The only two FCs are just Ron and Russia, and that's basically where the difference lies. And the misses, and it really comes down to it. And it's now on match point for Russia, 5-3.
Yeah, another point being decided for Russia based off of some unfortunate misses from Finland. And now it is Russia's own pick. They get to control where this map goes. And it is going to be match point. Finland are only one map away from being eliminated in the tournament.
Russia only has Rationalist if you want to go the tech route, which is basically it.
Yeah, none of these maps left over are particularly safe. Maybe if Russia feel confident on Angel's Ladder, maybe they want to keep going through the hybrid picks. There's a few different options they have.
Also, this is probably the best time to take a tactical timeout if you're really feeling nervous at this point. There's only 1 point away from the match as well, which will be giving the win. But man, the picks are not easy to pick.
Yeah, this is definitely an important point for Russia as well. It's their last pick. This is going to be their best opportunity to close out the match.
Oh, they're going for it. They're going for Rationalist.
It's another risky one here. Tech map, plenty of really fast mini jacks in this one. We've seen so many misses throughout this stage from every team, really.
Honestly, I don't know what I would actually expect here. The mini jacks are definitely out of there, which can get you at some points, but we've seen Traveler being really close at one point. So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Finland could have another one of these ratio leads on a map like this, but once again, Finland have to really be avoiding these misses. I feel like Russia has been a little bit more consistent when it comes to the combo ability.
All right, we'll see what happens with this pick in particular. If this pick backfires, Finland will have one more chance.
Yeah, do or die for Finland now, but they definitely can. I can absolutely see Finland being able to take this point. We're going to see Lyko coming in for Russia as well.
Alright, there's a start right there. We should be going to see the 9th map of this match. We'll see if this pick pays off for them. But if not, Finland has one more chance to take a point and go to tiebreaker.
Okay, here we go. Nerves very high for both teams, surely.
The stakes are high. We'll see what happens.
Lyko!
Already, Lyko with the very dirty drop from the intro. There's another one as well!
Oh, this is a huge drop, down below 98%. Even though it's at the very start of the map, that accuracy drop as well is massive. Strachi is struggling quite a lot as well, though, down below 99%, but still going to be higher accuracy than Lyko altogether and with the full combo. So it's going to be Finland starting off with a very nice lead, but they have to hold on to it, and there's so many chokeable points in this map.
The only saving grace that Lyko did miss like twice right now is because it's very early. But that's not saying much given everyone is like FCing right now, like 99.47 plus above.
Yeah, very high accuracies right now for Fisu and Albania Ilya. Nepco as well, holding 99.8. So overall, the accuracies in this lobby in favor of Finland.
They just really need to keep comboing. I mean, you don't really need to be fancy on accuracy as such, because that's not the goal here, because Lyko has a 2-miss loss on which Finland can take advantage of it.
Yeah, as long as... Oh, Nepco now finding a miss. That's 2 full combos gone from Russia. It's only X-Devil left, and Nepco was the highest accuracy as well for Russia. So now Albania, Ilya, and Fisu beating the entire Russian team. Strachi is building that accuracy all the way back up to 99.65. This is a big lead now starting to be formed by Finland. And we're already towards the end of the map. It's a really short map overall.
Which I also mentioned that Strachi is building up accuracy, which is the highest of Russia's right now. Although Albania with a miss doesn't seem... Strachi already missed! That's a dirty miss! X-Devil finally trading that out. Doesn't seem to...
Oh, Strachi and Albania!
Oh, it's it! No!
It's being traded back and forth, but it's not looking like enough. The accuracy is still there. Albania, Ilya, 99.65, still very good accuracy.
That is very scary to the end!
Very scary, but Fisu managing to carry it through with a score v1 double S.
That's a heavy lifting from Finland right there.
Yeah, scary towards the end. Actually, Lyko ending up with a better score than Albania, Ilya, and Strachi in the end, despite those first misses. But Fisu, that is a clutch performance there from Finland, just barely managing to scrape it by, and that's what they needed. There is one more pick. Finland get the next pick. And if they manage to win their own pick, then we are going to a tiebreaker.
Fisu is also as confused as you.
What a time to pull out a score like that.
Coming in clutch.
And now this is a massively important pick. There's 3 maps left. Streaming Heart or 2 of the hybrid picks. Angel's Ladder didn't quite go as well as Finland planned, so I'm not sure. Maybe they want to stick with a more straightforward map in Streaming Heart. They did have a very good ratio.
Streaming Heart, oh boy. We got 2 hybrids ignored at this point.
Yeah, Finland don't want to risk it with the hybrids right now. We're going with Streaming Heart, something that's a little bit more straightforward. We did see Finland having some very good Rice accuracy on Free L Town. So hoping that, they are definitely hoping that that carries over to a faster stream pick here.
This is the moment of truth. Since if Finland wins this, we're going to see this Control Galaxy for the 3rd time. But if not, this will be Russia's point to win 6-4. But I believe people will be really ecstatic to see this Control Galaxy for the 3rd time in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely going to be exciting. It's up to Finland to see what they can do on their last pick here. And it's up to Russia. Russia definitely wanting to end this match right now. They do not want to be going all the way to tiebreaker if they can't help it.
Oh, it's Oni instead of Lyko at this point, huh?
Ooh, that's an interesting switch up. Lyko has been one of the highest accuracy players for the Rice picks for Russia so far.
Also, make sure to root your supporting teams right now. They're gonna need your support as best as they can possibly can. This is the last Fremont pick of this matchup here. It's only Finland's attitude to win this point, and they'll get to a tiebreaker.
Very, very high pressure moment right now for both teams, and we're getting into it. The speed stream pick, 231 BPM here. It's looking so far, it's fairly comfortable for everyone. Anichan actually dropping down to 99.6 right now. It's going to be the lowest accuracy on the board, but Albania Ilya finds a miss.
Oh, even though this is very early miss, I would say that this is the lead is going pretty much on a deficit, given Oni hasn't the best of an accuracy either.
Yeah, actually, the accuracy lead is still very much in favor of Finland. I think even with a miss, once Albania Ilya catches up to that 400 combo mark, I think there's a chance for Finland to be able to take it back just with this accuracy right now. Fisu, 99.87. Tying up Nepco.
The lead is crawling to Finland right now.
Slowly moving over. Onichan still having a little bit of difficulty, 99.55. And Albania Ilya is slowly increasing that accuracy.
Nepco is doing some heavy lifting on Russia, going on slash. Oh, and he finally missing from the middle section right there.
Well, that miss is going to matter a little bit more, but Albania Ilya finds a miss right back. It's traded, but it's
That's the only lead I can have.
The Trill's finding multiple victims. And now it's going to be Finland managing to take the lead. After all of that, it's going to be an accuracy lead for them.
All they had to do is just to keep combo. There's nothing fancy needs to going on here.
Yeah, the combo right now is the most important thing to hold on to for the rest of the map, but it's a fairly long map still. There's a third of the map left.
There's a bit of a 10,000 buffer here. You're not out of the woods yet, but they need to keep the pressure on and try to stay calm from this another junction section.
Nepco is definitely keeping Russia in it right now, 99.86. The highest on the board,
but
Fisu! This is the very end of the map.
That's a bad timing to miss right there. There's a core jack section which can recover your accuracy a little bit. There's another jump stream section here.
Oh, it's a fairly clean miss, so the accuracy is still in favor of Finland. But the score lead is getting a little bit closer. They can't afford any more misses.
It's getting smaller.
But Onichan trades it.
You're going to see this Control Galaxy for the third time here. 5-5. Finland takes it.
Oh, and Russia almost took it at the very end of the map there with Strachey's miss. Nepco and X-Devil being the only FCs, both on Russian Federation's side. But just the raw accuracy of Finland managing to overcome those misses. And it's going to be 5-5. We're seeing the tiebreaker.
Oh my god, what is this matchup? All the time, we've seen misses back and forth. And even the misses back and forth, it went with also trading. And here we are, we're going to see this Control Galaxy. I have no idea who's going to win this.
How can you really tell who's going to win this? I mean, it feels like half the Rice maps have been won by either team. Half the LN maps have been won by either team. I don't really see much of an advantage for either of these players.
See, here's the thing. This is easily like one level above what most round 16 picks are after. So this is almost as close to quarterfinals level. And this is very physical as far as tiebreaker goes. This is a battle of whether you're not, you have to keep your composure and not missing every single second.
Yeah, we're still seeing a lot of these players that have played Fisu and X-Devil, I think have played every single map so far for both of their teams. Going to stay in it for one more. Looks like for the side of Finland, we've got Loveland and Strachey. Russia has Onichan and Nepco.
I am so nervous, dude.
And this is, as a reminder, this is to keep the tournament alive for both of these teams. Whoever loses this one map now is going to be eliminated from the tournament. And
Still discussing on whether our players are in, which is really concerning given there's not much time left.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure all of these players need a little bit of a breather right now. Calm their nerves a little bit as they get into this tiebreaker.
Alright, I think we're settled in. I think this is the roster that they will be using for this Control Galaxy. And we'll see what happens. Whoever takes the reign will supreme, and will they move on to the quarterfinals, staying in the losers bracket, and will have another life in the tournament.
Here we go. Looks like we're going to get in any second now. The start command has been sent.
Alright, we'll see what happens. The last map for this matchup, this Control Galaxy. Root for your supporting teams as best as you can, and give them all your support, and they deservedly need it. Very loud hit sounds.
Here we go, a very, very physical map as well, as you said before. Very difficult, so we're going to be expecting a lot of misses coming through from both sides, probably. And Nepco.
Lovely, and also actually with the very, very accurate drop there. With the misses trade from Russia, not much of the way because of this in the intro.
Yeah, Nepco and Anichan both finding misses. It's going to give Finland a little bit of an early lead. Accuracy is slightly in their favor as well. Nepco dropping below 99% here. But it's a 5-minute long map. There's plenty of time to catch up, and Strachi finds a miss of their own.
Keep an eye on the misses. Lovely, and finally actually traded not that off. Even then, there's only 2 MCs, 1 per each team.
Yeah, but it's going to be the accuracy lead given over to Finland for the time being. Onichan's dropped below 99%. Loveland actually dropping down to 99% as well. Fisu now missing from
Finland. That's
Finland.
the last full combo in Finland.
X-Devil the only one with the full combo still. But everyone struggling with this accuracy right now. Loveland dropping down to 98.7. Nepco and X-Devil both finding a miss.
That's the last full combo. That's the last full combo on the board.
That's a huge accuracy drop from X-Devil as well, down below 99%. Strachi right now, 99.5%, by far the highest accuracy in the lobby. Onichan finding the miss as well.
This is the most physical section coming right after with 320 jump straight right after.
Bisu finding a miss there as well. Loveland finding a miss. Multiple misses for Loveland now. Dropping down to 98.
Very physical. Nepco fighting a trade right there.
And the lead is so close. It's going to switch up to Russia.
Misses.
Bisu now missing as well.
Nepco trading that up.
X-Devil and Anichan
nothing.
Holding on to the combos through that section. Strachi also holding on. But Loveland finding another miss there. Russia are going to start.
Strachi finally breaking that combo as well. There's not much in the way, except for X-Devil, who is actually consistent, not only actually with the higher combo as well, which is giving the full points of advantage to Russia.
And we can see all 3 Russian players right now have basically the same accuracy, just below 99%. Strachi is the outlier here for Finland, 99.3. But it's not quite enough. Loveland has 98.3, a little bit behind the rest. And Fisu is just about tying Russia's scores. It is mostly about these miscounts that are happening.
None of the Russia has a 99s at all. Only Strachi with 99.35, and this is the upcoming LN section, which is a lot more technical, and I'm concerned on what Russia's gonna do on this.
An X-Devil
That's a 2 miss already!
Bisu finds a miss that trades it back as well.
Here comes the LNs here.
LN section coming through here. We'll see if anyone struggles on these ones. Loveland and Strachi both finding misses.
All eyes on drops by the Nepco. That's a bit of a column lock right there, but that's not much in the way.
Yeah, bit of an accuracy drop for Nepco there, along with the miss, and it's going to keep things a little bit close as we're getting to the last section of the map now. Strachi finding a miss again.
Strachi finding a miss there. Only actually giving up a trade to Strachi all over the place with the drops here.
And Strachi's dropping an accuracy now to 99.1, still the highest in the lobby though. Nepco finding another miss, dropping an accuracy down to 98.8. Loveland finding repeated misses though, and Fisu as well. All the combos in Finland, they're disappearing now.
Yeah, this is just a bit of a cooldown before you get to the bursty on the jump jacks here, but there's not much in the way here.
There's not much of the map left, even if there's misses from Russian Federation. There's repeated misses. A few misses do come out at the end, but it's going to be too little too late. Russia, they're going to manage to win on the tiebreaker over Finland. And a really close match between these two teams. Look at these scores. They're all so similar.
They are very, very similar. Even though when the MVP takes off with X-Devil, with only 2 misses across the entire map, even with the few slider breaks as well, if you add it into the equation, But at the end, Russia will reign supreme over Finland. Congratulations to Russia, and Finland will be knocked out from the tournament.
Really unfortunate there for Finland at the end of the day, but they put up such an amazing fight. Definitely should be proud of themselves for this match. And Russia will be moving on in the tournament. If I'm not mistaken, it will be Russia versus Peru in the losers bracket there for next week. So going to be more intense matches for Russia in the future. They get to live another day here in the losers bracket.
Yeah, and with that, that pretty much closes off for that particular match. And what an exciting tiebreaker we all actually just witnessed for the third time in this week. And although we still have a match will be going on, although it even hasn't been started yet, which is going to be the match for Hong Kong as well. We will be seeing in a little bit, a few minutes here.
Yeah, actually, even though we just had such an intense match just finish, we have no time to rest, really, because I think... Is it happening right now? I believe it is Taiwan versus Hong Kong.
Yeah, they have been giving all the bans for them, and looks like Taiwan will banning SV2, and Hong Kong will be banning SV1 for the moment. Although you haven't been shown on stream, but we're gonna guarantee there's no SV picks for that match.
Yeah, both teams there having no interest in SV. Quite interesting to see both SV picks banned right out of the gates.
Yeah, and even though the first map will be starting up right now, although we do have a bit of a commentary swap here, and as we go into this match, and we do have Orca joining us here.
Hello,
how are you doing, Orca?
Everyone. I'm doing alright. A little sad that we're not going to see SV this match, but we'll live, so. Hopping right into an LN pick, whoa.
Yeah, they're seeing the first LN pick for this particular match, and this is still going on with a few of the some of the drops here from Taiwan here, but even then, Hong Kong will take the lead by a fair bit margin here.
Yeah, Meg Mewtwo's there in the bottom right, holding an unreal accuracy right now, 99.87 through these this dense release here. All players holding FCs.
Yeah, so far there's been only FCs, but what's keeping them down is a little bit that with just Taiwan, which Yaya had like a 98.2%, even though with a full combo, which is still fairly impressive, all things considered, but it's just really a battle of accuracy at this point.
Yeah, Hong Kong having really respectable accuracy here. This team scored super strong. Wow, coming to the last quarter-ish of this map. Taiwan unlikely to be able to catch up in accuracy, but they do have some standout players. It seems like Yaya is pretty stable here, down at 98%. We'll have to see what happens in the last couple notes. We're going to need some miracle here.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick up what Yaya has been kind of struggling on accuracy, but it seems like it's just the hit error has been all over the place, really. So it's really hard to catch up when you have those issues in mind. And even then, that's really is a very clear pick for very clear point for Hong Kong.
For sure, yeah. It seems like they're maybe releasing fairly early there, which is an understandable problem to have on this chart.
Yeah, well, although very impressive scores all across the board, even with including Yaya as well, even though with the full combo, but really accuracy with that kind of thing doesn't really cut it.
Yeah, and Meg Mewtwo's, I think that was like 160 something perfects. That's insane. 160 something when all the other players on your team are holding like 400 perfects. That's a really standout performance from them.
Yeah, this is what I was looking for. This is more of an accuracy battle here, and they're just no slouch at picking rationally right off the bat.
Yeah, a little bit more simple rationalist pick. A A little techie, a little broken stream, mini Jackie.
Yeah, but this is looking pretty strong here for most of the picks so far. Although rationally, this is has a bit of a risk factor given some of the mini jacks by itself doesn't really too bad. But when you factor it with the BPM change, it kind of has some unpredictable situations where you kind of just miss the mark on timing a few of those.
Yeah, we've seen it time and time again, actually, with this pick specifically. Players missing a lot in the first section, or just dropping like really what seems to be silly misses. But yeah, it's a very tough pick to kind of really perform on. Nerves can definitely get the better of you, but these two teams are notorious for having fairly good Rice acts. So we'll have to see what scores are performed on this pick here.
Yeah, absolutely. They got some switch ups here for Taiwan, which is Marisa and Nano here for most of the Rice picks in particular, I believe, which is gonna be a good sign if whether or not they actually have put in the amount of time to practice for most of the Rice picks.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be Taiwan's consistent Rice lineup. Not as familiar with Hong Kong's, but a lot of stand-up players. I mean, Quotient definitely putting out great scores for round of 32, and then Meg we just saw put out an insane score in that LN, so we'll see how they hold up on Rice here as well.
Yeah, Hong Kong has a bit of a multiple shown-ups with Mewtwo, Rice's Quotient as well, which I'm not particularly surprised if they have been like very consistent about most picks in particular. So there has been no issues whatsoever.
Off into his first pick here.
Bit of a rocky start. Yeah. Bit of a rocky start, I would say, from Shiro there.
So I saw a couple 200s, also a 200 from Nino. A couple, wow, actually dropping back down into 98. Hong Kong having a really good start, but Taiwan not so much here. Like we were saying, I mean, this intro, it's very weird. It's very hard to jump right into. Lots of mini jacks can throw you off. So Hong Kong's going to take a pretty sizable lead here, beginning this.
Yeah, considering all the factors with the most of the accuracy here, the lowest on Hong Kong right now is at like 99.87, which Taiwan doesn't come really close, like 0.5% difference, which is very, very scary for the team score.
Yeah, all three Taiwan players falling actually below that 99.3. Marisa staying right at it, Nino actually dropping there again, gonna give even more of a lead to Hong Kong here. Yeah, we can definitely see Hong Kong's Rice prowess here. They're very notorious for it as well. What an insane team accuracy! Look at that, all within 0.02 of each other.
Yeah, they're just averaging on like what 99.9 flat at this point.
Yeah, just Hong Kong things.
Yeah, although it's a bit of 200 by Rice's, but even then, that's not really just gonna damage much the lead.
Yeah, this lead is pretty insurmountable from Taiwan with those combo breaks. Looking at Hong Kong to have, wow, probably 3 990s. We'll see. Well, there's scores these players put up, actually. Marissa's still staying pretty competitive. Shiro dropping again here.
Yeah, but I think with these scores, I think that would probably sound like that's like a minimum of 995-ish, which to put into perspective, that is a really disgusting score for this chart like this, where it's really mini jack heavy.
Yeah, in some other matches, definitely any of these three Hong Kong players would have been an MVP on this pick. 121.
Yeah, 995 minimum. Look at that.
Wow.
Basically missed out the triple view on double S, but that's what really is. The accuracies are really shining through.
That's an insane team score. We've specifically, I've talked about other teams that play really well together as a team. I mentioned, I think Spain, Canada is another team that they practice together very well and they perform really well as a team. This Hong Kong team here on Rice, they lift each other up so much that I don't see Taiwan as being able to come over that summit and defeat them on any of these Rice picks. Those are some absolutely insane scores from Hong Kong. I think Taiwan's definitely going to want to find a different strategy for their picks here.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, that when we already seen the bans here for this particular matchup, which in the conclusion, there's no ASVs here, so you kind of lock yourself out for picking the other category for the map here. So I'm not sure what to expect here for the pick for Taiwan. They're going for Traveler.
Yeah, I mean, with SV, a lot of times if you're the lower seed, right, and you have a little bit of a harder time finding more picks, usually it's up to you to, you know, put in that extra work, learn the SV, and be able to have that as your backup to try to take a free point maybe from a team that usually would take some stuff that you're comfortable on from you. So seeing a double ban here and then falling behind really early and then still going for Rice after that showing on Rationalist.
I mean, the only saving grace is that this has 2 spikes in particular, which are it can throw you off, but not really too much in the way for Hong Kong to be able to get through it.
Yeah. It's short enough of a map to where I feel like Taiwan could bank on misses from Hong Kong and then staying consistent on their side. But I mean, just seeing at Rationalist, I mean, Shiro dropping a lot of fairly easy drops, but also like in the denser sections. So let's see if they can hold it, and they already don't. Tommy actually dropping in the first couple measures, and Shira as well.
Yeah.
Nerves maybe getting to these players.
Yeah, that's not good, really. Considering that's pretty much the intro, and we're not getting into this spike yet.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, holding respectable accuracies, but I mean, just look over at Hong Kong, 99.96 from Quotient, 99.94 from Meg. Those error bars are looking so good.
That's even tighter than a ruler, which honestly, you know, here's the spike here that I wasn't mentioning about the triple with the 1/3 snap, and it's gonna wreck everyone's accuracy. And there we go, he got Tommy with the miss.
Quotient still holding that unreal accuracy through that. That was insane to watch. Wow. Yeah, wow, Taiwan.
It is scary, yeah. Doesn't seem to drop any 200s from Hong Kong, which is just unreal.
Yeah, this is Hong Kong and Rice. This is why I was saying it's a little strange to pick Rice against them after that Rationalist pick. But I guess they'll just have to learn from their mistakes here for Taiwan as we come into this last quarter of the map here.
Not sure if that's a miss from the client. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Yeah.
Jianning are still holding an FC there for Taiwan, their last FC.
Yeah, the scores really deserve some commendation from Taiwan, even though we're holding an FC, which is not gonna call it early, but this is the really good score from A-Node right there.
Yeah. Yeah, these maps are hard, right? I mean, it's only round of 16, even round of 32. Like, for me, I would not be able to put anywhere near these scores.
Stop.
These players having insane. But Quotient with 75 perfects. 99.92 accuracy.
With 2 players with actually double-digit perfects too, with 90, although it succumbed with 2 misses at the ending too.
That's an unbeatable score from Taiwan. I would be pressed to find many other teams that could put up a score like that.
Yeah, maybe even for some of the teams that we already played yet. Yeah, or probably even the United States here at this point. To put it to perspective. Getting just United that States. Kind of score. Yeah.
That United States versus Singapore match, definitely, if you guys missed that match, go back and watch that. And also the Finland match that we just came out of, Finland versus Russia. Both really great tiebreakers.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really wild so far for this week in particular. We haven't seen like particularly well for like round of 32. I think we've seen like one tiebreaker round of 32, and then this one it has 3.
So far, maybe we get another one. If Taiwan can pick it up a little bit, maybe try to play the hybrid or Ellen angle a little bit more.
Yeah, see Dornwald
Ellen from Hong Kong. This is the really dense pick.
Yeah, I guess it's to be expected, given Hong Kong's proficiency on Ellen also doesn't seem to slouch any further.
Yeah, it's tough coming against a team like Hong Kong so early, because their early game is insane. They're like one of the teams that starts really strong, and maybe can fall off a little bit more as you get into like late game, as opposed to like teams like United States typically, or even Brazil. Not that Brazil starts weak or ends weak; they're just strong all around. But that scale as the tournament gets harder, so it's a little tough coming into them super early. And they're putting up scores like that, 75 perfects on a Rice pick.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Absolutely ridiculous. It's just hard to beat that kind of score if you're not like really proficient in most of the sharpshooting ability.
Yeah. Seems like a player on Taiwan's going to be restarting their game, here. So we're going to give them a little bit of time. Stall, we get to listen to this beautiful DJ Toto song. Also, a lot of really short picks.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think there's been a couple of like 4 less than 2-minute picks, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, I think, that includes Traveler, and also this one, which is Dornwald. And I think Streaming Heart was a bit shy. 2 minutes. I'm not. I should double check here.
Yeah, I know both the SB picks are fairly long. Probably 2 of the longest maps in the pool, other than Free L Town. But a lot of these LNs and stuff, fall like under 2 minutes. It gives a lot of weight on those players to really perform in that short amount of time. You don't have a lot of time to come back from anything, right? One drop and you're kind of out of it, like we've seen in this match and the previous match.
Yeah, even though with the short amount of time for the drain time for it, it's just a jam pack full of difficulty, which you can expect mostly for the picks if you have a shorter drain time, which you have to expect that pick is gonna have something for you to. It's just begging to be played. Yeah,
and this one being the more dense type of LN. Every LN gives you 2 combo. Right, so there's going to be typically a lot of combo jam-packed in that short amount of time with the denser LN picks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe we're getting Yaya back in here soon. Yeah, just swapping them over, and then we'll get back on the road with this. This was Hong Kong's pick, for anyone just tuning in or missed it. Hong Kong taking 2 breakpoints away from Taiwan on Rice, and now aiming to pick LN here against them on their own pick.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, and we'll see Yaya coming back in after he restarted his game. Hopefully it kind of resolves his issue about hitting all over the place for the sludge. Hopefully it does has a helpful bit against Hong Kong. Yeah,
we'll see. I think Yaya specifically, and actually a couple of players I noticed, Yaya seemed to be releasing fairly early on Sledge, but that was more of a control-esque pick. This is a lot denser, so I doubt we'll see the same issue from the same player on this. It's a very different pick. I think we'll see a lot of slider breaks.
Oh, we're seeing the wrong map here. It's gonna picking Levine after that, but no, I don't think so.
Panic button.
Yep, there you go.
There we go. We'll just have Nino play a different map. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you just like the Traveler. That's it.
Yep. All right, hopping right into this. Players stabilizing. It seems Yaya falling a little bit behind. Same thing with Nino. But otherwise, players staying at that 99.8. Shiro dropping so early. We've seen this so much from Shiro here. I can't tell if it's nerves or if there's something going on. Otherwise, but Shiro's been dropping early a lot.
Yeah, probably a bit of both. But even then, I think with starting his game, kind of has picked up a back a little bit, which very nice to see.
Putting good accuracy, definitely a lot better than they started out in Sludge. Nino being a little bit of the black sheep of Taiwan here, holding it down at 99.3. Looks like they're going to be trying to build this accuracy back up and praying that Hong Kong drops a combo break soon. Getting to another dense section soon.
Yeah, given their arsenal Hong Kong scores, I would doubt one miss could actually just cut it, even though with one clean miss that would still even be in Hong Kong's lead. With this high of accuracy, Yaya did finally taking a drop there.
Yeah, while Hong Kong holding absolutely unreal accuracies, like we've seen in every pick so far. It seems like they're just proficient on everything here. 2 players holding 99.82s. And even their third player still having a better score than any of the 3 players on Taiwan. Yeah, taking another miss to drop them right below 99% as we come into this last part. Seems like Hong Kong is going to go up 4-0 on their own pick. I really don't know what Taiwan can aim for here to try to take some points away.
Yeah, at this point, I really don't know what to guess. What Taiwan's gonna pick here, given they locked themselves out of the SP picks, and there's only hybrid, which is the completely different category.
Yeah, we haven't seen any hybrid from these players. I think right because Ellen and Rice, all these picks so far, Hong Kong's just been so dominant. I mean, 2 993s. We saw on Rationalist pulling out insane Rice scores. So I really don't think Rice is the way if I was Taiwan. But it's really whatever they feel comfortable on, right? I mean, a Rice pick that they feel more comfortable on than some of the other ones could maybe be the answer if Hong Kong's not as comfortable on it. Seems like they're going with Streaming Heart, yeah.
Streaming Heart. More straightforward jump stream pick here. I mean, there's a bit of chance here. I mean, we've seen it like in a couple of last matches. Streaming Heart was a bit of a volatile pick given how blatant the one-hand trilly is, and it actually caught some victims on that. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think for the most part, Hong Kong is definitely favored on this being a pick that is a little bit more straightforward, and they do like excel on those. Their ratios are, as a team, very good. But again, yeah, this gets very dense, and stamina can definitely be a factor in this for a lot of those trills, and also just those really dense sections. So missing is definitely something that can happen from Hong Kong, but Taiwan definitely needs to perform on this to be able to take it from them.
Yeah, I think this pick in particular has been like, it's deceptively control heavy, given how most of the one-hand trills in this jump stream. I think there's some couple of like 1 or 2 even, like just literally just one-hand trill patterns, where it could actually just trip up some few players. I think in the last match as well, we've seen a couple of misses on that one.
Yeah, Rich is just saying in the chat, me win 995k personal worst. If your personal worst on a round of 16 Rice map is 995,000, I would not be complaining about that. I would take that all the way to the bank and back.
I honestly would take that all day because I haven't seen myself playing this endgame even close to 995.
I tried this map one time and I quit out because I had an A rank. So I'm not one to talk about anything remotely good score wise on this. But 995k, that would be more than enough, I would say.
I mean, it's basically what it says, right? If you miss, that's immediately a personal worst. To put it into perspective. So even though with Nano with the wrong map to load up again, hopefully it's a panic button going on.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if nerves factor into this, right? Because I mean, practicing the maps outside of that tournament environment, it's a lot different, right? You want to practice how you play. So you kind of want to practice with your team like in multiplayer lobbies and stuff like that so that you're used to, having to actually perform. So like if you hit a 200 early on, you're not allowed to, just quit out. So we'll see if that tournament environment changes anything about this Hong Kong team. Marissa already dropping very, very early. Accuracy being quite low compared to Hong Kong team. We'll see if they can catch up here.
The only saving grace is that the misses would come out very early, so it's not even at the 400, let alone 200 combo, so I guess that would be too much of a damage, although it doesn't say much considering all 3 players are around above 99.9.
Yep. Yeah. This is typical. I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not. We've seen this time and time again with these Rice picks. This is putting that 99.92. Yeah, 2 players. Wow. Meg dropping a little bit below and then getting right back up. Shiro and Nino holding similar accuracies. Never mind. Shiro drops a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty much stationed. I mean, the lead just keeps growing, if anything.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're able to handle the round of 16 Rice like this, I can't imagine what your Rice is going to look like later on as well if they can scale. That's... Wow, these scores are insane.
Although Pikachu did drop a few 200s, so it's not even in the 99.9 range anymore.
Yeah, Nino and Shiro definitely able to stay pretty well together here, having similar scores. Marissa just having a couple combo breaks, still staying at below that 400 combo. And like we were saying, yeah, misses early on. Like we've seen Shiro miss a lot early on and still be able to put out really good scores. If you miss before that 400 combo hits, then it's not as detrimental as if you were to miss later on after you're already at that combo scoring cap. And so yeah, missing early on is still bad, but it's not as detrimental as usual, especially on a long pick like this. But we are coming to the end here, and Hong Kong have an insurmountable lead.
Yeah, absolutely. With Nato finally losing out the full combo, which is only Shiro is in the surprisingly still have a full combo, but at this point, oh, that's a miss. Finally, for the first miss on the Hong Kong side, all things considered.
Yeah, I think May actually was saying earlier on that they weren't as comfortable with this. But, I mean, 2.97 million, 2.975.
Oh boy.
An insane score. Yeah, Riches is still beating their personal worst.
Yeah,
127 perfect.
I guess he wasn't wrong about it, so, you know.
Yeah, that's... if I was Taiwan, like, looking at this, that's just... I mean, you have to commend them. Both teams here. Taiwan's been putting out some insane scores as well. Hong Kong just, I mean, having it absolutely just, I mean, unbeatable Rice scores here. Most teams would be hard-pressed to be able to put out a Rice lineup that would be able to take them down here.
Yeah, this is a match point for Hong Kong, and they'll be picking Double Helix as their finisher. Hopefully, just to spice it up a little bit, more tech coming out their way.
Yeah, this has been the map that teams have been kind of afraid to pick. Even the teams that are more comfortable in Rice. But they have a lot of leeway. I mean, you're up 5-0, you're able to kind of pick whatever you want.
It's mostly because I think the patterns by itself isn't too much of an issue, but there's been like completely a blatant spike, which I completely mentioned on the showcase before, which some of the bursts which are really hard, and then the right to left hand trails, which are very typical of what with vv used to spice it up a pattern, and you would probably be afraid to get vv by this chart.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see what scores they put up on this. It seems like we're about to head into the map soon. Taiwan does need to win this to stay alive here in this match. Backs against the wall, we'll see if they can perform.
Opting for mirror for both Tommy and Rizzes, but we'll see what happens here. Because of you mirroring, the trail will become from left to right instead of right to left.
Yeah, you're just changing the bias. So it's just a preference thing. Whatever hand you're better with. Another start, typical. We'll see Hong Kong taking an earlier lead here, staying right in those 99.9s, while Taiwan players falling a little bit low. Shiro taking down into that 99.2 area, dropping a lot of 200s. Seems like Tommy and Nino are able to build up a little bit, staying stable around 99.6, but Nino actually dropping Casper's Curse.
Why did you say that? Yeah, it's a bit of a dirty drop too, which has a 100 and 200 after that.
Yeah, and that difference, right? Mifa here saying dirty drop is if you're dropping and you're not able to kind of recognize that and be able to cleanly hit the rest of the patterns around that drop. A lot of times it's really easy to hit a drop and like CB rush or otherwise hit the rest of the notes like in that column out of time. So you lose a lot of accuracy like we saw from Nino there. Wow, Rich is just staying around 99.87. Same with Magnitudes.
So far has been 9.8 against Hong Kong. What can you really do with this though? With this kind of score differential?
You can pray. You can I don't know. It's tough.
I mean,
you can perform as well as you
considering-
can.
Yeah, 99.4 is actually commendable for a chart as hard as this, but it's really just comes down whether you're better than most players.
Yeah, and that is the thing we see a lot. You know, teams that are typically just higher seed, like in Rice or whatever, they just have a strong lineup like Hong Kong where all 3 players are capable of putting up similar scores that are just like better than the scores you're putting up in practice. There's not a lot you can do. It's kind of just the, you know, you kind of just got to perform, deal with it, try to pick outside of their comfort range and hope that some of your other skill sets can match, but Richardson is actually dropping there. Same with Meg.
Why is actually?
Yeah. Yeah, lead
Great
actually gonna go a little bit back to Taiwan's favor, but there's not a lot of map left. We'd have to see a catastrophe here from Hong Kong for Taiwan to not lose the tournament.
It's mostly this section, which is the most spike you can ever win for chances like this. And you got to the first at the end. It should be taking not too much damage. I think they should be fine.
Yeah, Tommy and Question actually having FCs there, very respectable. But Hong Kong is going to take this match 6-0 over Taiwan, a sweep here to knock them out of the tournament. Incredible score there. Wow, 2 200s, 163 perfects from Quotient.
Yeah, with 7 200s by Tommy as well. Even though with that full combo, actually, that could also be like most of the players that are pretty much on the lower seed, which that is a very, very good score too. Across the board, really. Having a really good fight against Hong Kong. But unfortunately, Taiwan will absolutely be knocked out from the tournament as well.
Yeah, and for the teams in the later rounds, watch this Hong Kong team. Watch out for them, because these Rice scores are absolutely insane. I would be terrified if I was any team coming up against Hong Kong's Rice lineup. So we will see them in later rounds. We'll have to see how they perform as the map pools get harder going to quarters and into semis.
Yeah, this is if you're actually facing Hong Kong for like the quarterfinals, you'd be hard pressed to find any weaknesses that they actually had. Given there's like 3 other players that are stepping in for subs, you know, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, really strong lineup all around there. And so that will do it for this match. Coming up in the next match, we're going to have the Czech Republic versus Germany. And shortly following that, we'll make sure to do the quarterfinals map pool showcase. Other than that, anything to say, Mifa?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that for the next particular match, which is Czech Republic and Germany, will be actually on like a 1.5 hour at most, which is around 17 UTC, which I should also mention. And yeah, I believe that is the last match as well, given with that last match we'll also be going on for the map pool showcase for the quarterfinals, so you're not missing much there after that last match.
Yeah, make sure to stay around for that. As well, for anyone watching, if you want to support this tournament in any way, make sure we have a community pool set up to where you can donate money directly to the prize pool. The players get that. As well as if there's any specific team you want to support and show your love for, on the OSU website in the shop, you can purchase a player banner. Me personally, I'm rocking the Team Philippines banner. Costs about $2.50 there, so make sure to grab one, support your favorite team. And other than that, I suppose we will see you in the next match.
Yeah, see you in the next match. We'll be signing off.
Just being young and stupid. Oh, I haven't been all that you could have hoped for, but if you'd held on a little longer, you'd have had more reasons to be proud. Oh, so many questions, but I'm talking to myself. I know that you